Hello everyone, welcome to Desert Succulent. Today we're going to be featuring Sinocrassula Yunnanensis. It's commonly known as the Chinese Jade or the Sinocrassula Yunnanensis Black. Tinawag siya na Chinese Jade since this came from the province of China, specifically in the Yunnan province. Itong plant na to have dark green leaves and they look like a tiny hedgehog, especially if they are already in clusters. Yung leaves niya would grow as long as 3.5 centimeters. Near the base, yung kanyang leaves would be expected to be rounded, but as it goes outwards, nagiging flat nga yung kanyang pinaka-leaves. Just to give you an idea, I have here a single leaf of our Chinese Jade. Itong greenish na part, this one is usually the one na naka-attach sa kanyang pinaka-stem, and you would really notice na rounded siya in all sides. But as it grows outwards nga or habang lumalaki siya, itong part na to would be a little bit na flat. If you're gonna be looking at it closely, you would also be expecting na meron siyang fine hairs all over the surface nung kanyang pinaka-leaves. They are too tiny na hindi siya masyadong makita sa camera. Pag malayuan, hindi nyo na mapapansin yung detail na yon. But up close, you can really see na it's covered with this fine hair all over its leaf surface. Our Chinese Jade are densely packed together in the shape of a rosette, and probably if we're gonna be counting all of these leaves in just one single rosette, you could have more than 50 leaves. They are also considered as an evergreen plant, so if we're gonna be keeping them under the right conditions, they would be maintaining their lush and attractive appearance all throughout the year. And therefore, it's gonna be a perfect na choice as an ornamental plant to be displayed around your house or gardens. So this plant is considered as a small size na succulent since they can only grow to a height of 4 inches. That's their maximum na growth potential. This kind of succulent is a slow grower, kaya you really need to be patient if you're gonna be taking good care of this kasi you might be disappointed na hindi siya masyadong lumalaki. This Chinese Jade of mine is about 8 months under our care, and until now, it's just occupying yung pinaka-center nitong ating pot. This one is 5 inches na pot, but probably our Chinese Jade here in a cluster is just about 3 inches in diameter. Even if na they are slow growers, as long as they are healthy, then it would be fine. Once it reaches maturity, it will be giving us small flowers in the color of white, and usually yung kanyang flower stalk would be about 4 inches or 10 centimeters long. In addition, this plant is monocarpic, and again, ibig sabihin, once it blooms, it would eventually die. Although, hindi naman buong succulent natin ang mamamatay. Yung particular rosette lang, kung saan siya nag-bloom, will die. So, for example, we have here, diba? We have 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 4 rosettes, and nagkaroon tayo ng bloom in this particular rosette, then this will die after blooming without affecting yung iba nating mga rosettes. The best temperature range to grow this kind of plant is from 18 to 21 degrees centigrade, and because of their cacti origins, itong plant na to would definitely love yung ating sun. We can put them under bright light, but we have to make sure that they won't be sitting too much time under yung ating scorching sun. So giving them the proper sunlight is essential for us to maintain their beautiful and rich color like this. This succulent now would store water for days, and they do not really need yung ating frequent watering, and it's best if you're gonna be using yung ating soak and dry method wherein you're gonna be watering yung ating plant thoroughly once every week or every 2 weeks. It will now depend on your location kung gaano kabilis mag-dry yung kanyang pinaka-soil. Then after niya mag-dry, we have to water it once again or thoroughly until nga na mag-drain yung water. Ideally, if we're gonna be watering your succulent, dapat directly nga sa kanyang pinaka-soil, avoiding yung kanyang pinaka-leaves since they are very prone to rot or mabubulok sila if may naiwan na water dyan for a long period of time. But if you will be putting them in a rain or shine area, then definitely maulanan itong kanyang pinaka-leaves. But as long as nakalagay sila sa isang airy or a well-ventilated area and you're gonna be trying to remove some of the water na nag-collect in between its leaves, then that would be perfectly fine. You can make use of any regular or commercially available na mga potting mix sa inyong local gardens, or you can also make your own. What I'm using here is yung ating typical na loam soil, and my worry before is that baka hindi siya ganun ka well draining, but since pumasok na nga yung ating rainy season and everyday siyang nauulanan literally, wala naman akong naging issue with overwatering ng aking mga succulents. In fact, mas mabilis mag-drain yung water in this type of soil. Generally, we can propagate them by dividing yung kanyang offsets or through leaf cuttings. So this single rosette could actually be separated already, although I don't want it to separate it yet kasi nga napakatagal nilang lumaki and I'm still enjoying yung ganitong clump na look sa kanya. Although if you wanted to propagate it through their leaves, then you can just simply remove yung pinaka bottom na part. You have to choose a healthy one for a successful na propagation. So they are very compact towards each other kaya parang mahirap siyang tanggalin, but in fact sobrang dali niya. You can just simply twist it like that or literally pull it and you can have a successful na leaf propagation. You can just air dry this and wait for several weeks until it will root and produce its own offset. We have here yung ating pot again of our leaf propagations and some stem cuttings. And dito nga, ayan, nakikita nyo yun, this one, we have yung ating Chinese Jade. I think this one is an offset, a tiny offset before, and right now, lumaki na din siya. Lastly, we need to protect them against our pest infestations, our mealybugs, aphids, our scales, and at the same time, you can also treat it just in case nagkaroon nga siya ng fungal attacks. We already made an informative vlog about yung ating mga fungicide before, and you can always check that out. And that's all for our Chinese Jade. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. You may also visit our Facebook page at Desert Succulent PH.